Thanks very much.
Did they come in from there? Oh, you mean his legs? The journalists, they don't care. I know, you're right. I know.
Does he come?
They'll come through that left. So sort of pop out behind the screen.
No.
Yeah. Oh, just like
Jazz
that.
hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you'd be chatting. He said, I think it's a sink issue.
Sorry? Yeah. They make you wait outside.
Is there any sort of order here? I don't think so. Yeah, not too bad.
Just you. It's not me.
You going away?
Yes, but worse than
Election like this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys still stay for a bit of wine tasting?
Yeah, of course.
How's that was? You driving down? Nice. I love that. I think they asked us to go around into local towns to try and local cuisine.
Whereabouts you go?
Well, the thing where we go is a place where lots of people get to on flog. The northern French coast of coast district. Basically,
Yeah, you stand up. It might.
yeah.
Hope you're alright.
Where we go is a place where we felt most French people go there actually for where Brits never go because you get to cut wild sandy beaches, dunes.
Sorry, I'm still responding.
Yeah, no, I'm
You do too.
Well, slightly south of there. I'm not
Right, so
slightly in that.
it's very nice.
It's not that I haven't been asked.
It's alright.
Yeah. Some nice seafood. The place we stay at is a place called Recent. It doesn't look like us. It's one of the very few great places which starts with a letter W. And the reason is, it used to be part of the British Empire around Hull. And it was originally called White Sands. And White Sands just became the Recent. We were recent, but they were all British towns until the 16th century.
Okay.
Exactly.
Like a plant flag.
Yeah. It's quite fun. I mean, it's quite
No, I didn't know anything about that. Can you do that? Because I think I can't guarantee to be ready to roll. Yeah. So I guess I mean, the first thing I've heard about that. I mean, I don't know. Right. Have a word with Grace because I don't think it's been mentioned yet. So see if she thinks it's worth doing. I'm struggling at the moment, I think, because she's just already messaged me saying she wants to get sort of almost consumer advice into my routine at the end, so it's going to be too much. Do you mind having a word with her about that? Okay. Cheers, mate.
It's just the screen you've got to watch out for.
That's quite a sun.
Yeah, Lucy's asking if anybody wants to ask about the submarine captain, Lucy will be very happy.
Yeah, if anyone wants to talk about Scott Mills, then I'll I kid. Just think, cometh the hour, you know. And one more if I may. After just taking a backstick on Iran in World War III. Oh, wait, it's you. Drink.
Yeah. The front page was reasonably sympathetic to Scotland. Well, they had that sort of, I suppose you're bashing the BBC on it, but the other quote from Piers Morgan saying it seems to be being done over twice for the same offence sort of thing. I was saying, like, my pet theory was that the new Director General was going to clear off all the skeletons now. The last thing is come in and find a whole load of ongoing sort of cases.
Well, they did all of those.
So maybe they, because it's Tim Davis last week on the job this week, isn't it? So you think if complaints are being reawakened in this,
Video one.
then you might
Yeah,
get
just take the deck.
She was fine. She was powerful.
just so I forget what's in this. I mean, there was scandals, but you run a massive organisation which includes all the journalism and loads of showbiz people who are almost by definition going to be slightly quirky and weird. And, yeah. But
This is a beer one, right?
no, and also with so many media enemies out there as well to look into all this stuff. You know, I think the BBC should just be a bit more realistic and say, look, like any massive organisation with HR teams do as efficiently as you can, which obviously they never do. But I think the idea that Director General has to resign every time
No, exactly.
some historic child
There has to be
Responses and like sometimes
appreciate the scrutiny and it's completely appropriate to, I do think this film is disproportionate.
I've seen Mia do it. She did it.
Focus on other things and, lots of other instances she told. I thought like, yeah, and I do feel sorry for you, but you're the biggest news provider and the biggest
Good morning. The conflict in the Middle East has now entered a second month, and while we're working at pace for de-escalation and peace, it is now clear that the impact of this war will affect the future of our country. So today I want to reassure the British people that no matter how fierce this storm, we are well placed to weather it, and that we have a long-term plan to emerge from it a stronger and more secure nation. First, let me say once again, this is not our war. We will not be drawn into the conflict. That is not in our national interest. And the most effective way we can support the cost of living in Britain is to push for de-escalation in the Middle East and a reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, which is such a vital route for energy. To that end, we're exploring each and every diplomatic avenue that is available to us. The Foreign Secretary and the Chancellor have met their counterparts in the G7. The Defence Secretary has been in the Middle East speaking to our partners, and the UK has now brought together 35 nations around our statement of intent to push as one for maritime security across the Gulf. And today I can announce that later this week, the Foreign Secretary will host a meeting that brings those nations together for the first time, where we will assess all viable diplomatic and political measures that we can take to restore freedom of navigation, guarantee the safety of trapped ships and seafarers, and resume the movement of vital commodities. Following that meeting, we will also convene our military planners to look at how we can marshal our capabilities and make the Strait accessible and safe after the fighting has stopped. Because I do have to level with people on this. This will not be easy. I spoke with relevant business leaders in shipping, finance, insurance, and energy supply in Downing Street on Monday. And they were clear with me the primary challenge they face is not one of insurance, but one of safety and security of passage. So the fact is, we need all of this together. A united front of military strength and diplomatic activity, partnership with industry, so they too can mobilise once the fighting has stopped. And above all, clear and calm leadership. That is what this country is ready to provide. Because my guide from the start of this conflict has always been the British national interest. And freedom of navigation in the Middle East is in the British national interest. Let me turn now to the impact at home, because I know that this is causing huge concern. People turn on their television, they look at their screens, they say explosions, infrastructure blown up, aggressive rhetoric. They worry that the UK will be dragged into this. We won't. But I also know that people have a deep sense that this will affect their family and their household. They can see it at the petrol pumps, and they worry about their energy bills. It is the job of government to meet these moments, not just with immediate action, but also